after our little short break here. Hi guys.
Hi.
Welcome. Brief and quick introductions. This is Nick.
Hello.
He plays guitar and sings. And this is Rick, and he plays the drums. So, let's get down to the interview questions. How did you folks meet?
I'll you take this one.
All right. So we both work at the same place, and a mutual friend heard that probably 5 months.
About 5 months.
What's happening?
So, like the first 30 seconds of that, nobody saw anything.
Oh. Hey.
Bad signal.
Hey, guess what? But we're still live right now, right?
We're still live.
Hey, cool. So, hey, patience, I guess, is something that we teach here on this show because of technology, number one. And number two, tomorrow, when people subscribe to our YouTube channel, they'll see the edited version where everything is neat and clean and all put together.
Nice.
Yay? So, 6 months, huh? And you have a, what did you call it? An EP?
EP.
An EP. You've recorded this, yes?
Yes.
So-
Rough recording.
So everything that we heard tonight, you guys have recorded already?
Mm-hmm.
So if people tonight were watching and they're like, that was really good, where do I find you? Where do they find you?
SoundCloud.com, and then just search The Astronomer.
On Facebook?
Yep. And on SoundCloud.
Okay. But you're on Facebook as
Yeah,
well?
but if you go on our Facebook, The Astronomer, you'll actually see all the links for the SoundCloud
Okay.
EP.
So why SoundCloud and not perhaps say like Bandcamp or Spotify or iTunes or any of the other kind of mediums that lots of other bands use?
So I feel that this day and age, when you want to go with a premium service like Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, all that stuff, you want to make sure pretty much your shit is on point.
Mm-hmm.
We just have a rough EP right now, just free, just to get people a taste of what we sound like. We are in the market right now to do an actual real recording of our music.
So if you're a sound guy, I don't know, Chris from $100 Habit, or maybe Justin from Ghost Machines, or I don't know, Jeff Torrey who watches our show. We know a few sound guys, or Bo from The First Rule. If you're watching, these guys want to be recorded, just saying.
Yep.
And they don't want to pay $8,000 to do it because that's ridiculous.
Right.
And if anybody watching is a sound guy that's like, that's the starting price? No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay? Okay, thanks, bye. Yeah, no? So then, you guys right now are just a do-it-yourself sort of thing.
Yep.
Where did you record your album?
In my basement.
Tell us the story.
All right.
So we're looking for a way to record as, I guess, clean as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And we ended up texting back and forth like, all right, so what do they use? They use those acoustic little waffle boards, you know, little squares. Well, those are like $200 for 10. And that's just ridiculous right now, especially when you're just starting out a band. So we're looking on Amazon and eBay for like foam, just like 1/4 inch foam and some plywood, some carpet, some blankets, and we're like, blankets, wait a minute. So I was like, Rick, how about those like moving blankets? They're called acoustic sound blankets. They're, if you ever go to U-Haul and you rent the moving blankets, it's like a 8-foot by 9-foot blanket, double woven, 2 colors, 1/2 inch thick. I bought 12 on Amazon for $60. Wow. And we got really, really close, aka my front touching his behind, and hung them all along.
You gotta have a little gay innuendo when you're an emo band.
And we just hung them all along the walls and made a makeshift studio just to deaden the sound.
And you guys record in your basement.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of program did you use?
We used GarageBand
Okay.
and a 8-channel mixer, 7-channel, 8-channel mixer.
Do you guys mix together then, or
Yes.
like you recorded, you went home, and Rick was like, "Okay, I'll figure out how to."
So
do
just to make it a rough copy, we decided to mic the drums with 7 mics, and then we plugged in the guitar line in with my cable, and then we recorded all that into a mixer, pre-mixed it before it got recorded, and then we took the best mic we have, which is like a high condenser mic, put it in a corner, wrapped it around a bunch of blankets, and I recorded vocals on a second track.
Cool.
Yep.
How long have you been playing your instruments?
I think I've been playing drums since I was 13, and I'm almost 30. So, a long time.
I picked up my first guitar when I was 4 at my uncle's house. I didn't really have any money, or neither did my family have any money to get a guitar, so every weekend when we went to my uncle's house, I'd grab the guitar and I'd play, and I'd play, and I'd play. And then when I was 7, I got my first actual guitar from like Kmart. The first act guitar, and then just started from there.
So as far as instruments go, you were all super stoked about your guitar. How about you tell the story of your seagull there that you have?
So I have a custom-made, handmade Seagull S6 Custom from Canada. It's like a $1,300 guitar. I found it with a scratch on it at a used music store, and they sold it for $3.99. So I said, I'm bringing this home.
And what kind of drums do you prefer to use?
Well,
Those are Evans.
That was a Ludwig, and my other drum set is
Nothing on
a.
it.
That's the drum head brand.
Okay. I don't know anything about that sort of stuff.
That's just the head.
That's a Ludwig, and then my other drum set's a Yamaha.
Usually you call the head that's connected to everything else the same thing. Girls don't normally name the head of something different. Just saying. If we're giving us cock
Wow.
sandwiches in YouTube fucking videos, I'm allowed to make that damn joke. Oh, so,
Get
what?
one on.
Huh?
I said get one on.
So what is the goal of your group? Because for you being very new and starting off, I would say that you are a lot farther along than some of the other people that have been on this show, that have been established bands. Some people don't have, any social media, and they're just kind of like, we just play. So, goals for this group?
Goals is to get a good sounding CD recorded and just spam the hell out of it everywhere I can.
Pimp yourself.
I've been in touring bands. I've done that. Chances are this isn't really gonna go super far. Why
do you think that?
There's a chance. Well, I'm just saying there's always a chance that it's never gonna go that far. But right now, I have the knowledge and the power of technology to use that. So I'm going to hoard myself out essentially as far as I can. So
You could really be slutting yourself out, you free bitch. Just saying.
shit happens.
So you said you've been in touring bands. Give us some backstory as to Nick and the bands you've been in.
So I was in a band called From Fire in Chicago. We toured just like the Midwest area. Then I played in a pop punk band called The Chorus when I was 19, 18. And I moved to KenoSka. I started a band called Amore. And we got pretty popular. We had a whole section in the newspaper. Played a bunch of shows everywhere we could. We played at the rave. That got really popular, and that kind of broke apart. And then after that happened, I kind of just took a pause, and I still played guitar, but I never really got back into music because it's really hard to find invested people to play with.
Mm-hmm.
So I just started working, essentially, getting a job, working. And then I was like, you know what? I'm 30. I want to start getting back into music. So I started a band.
And you?
Well, I joined my first real band right when I started drumming at 13.
Not just me.
My brother needed a drummer, so I joined his band.
Your brother needed a drummer?
Yeah. So that band's called Someone Else, and I was in that until from 2003 until probably 2009. And other than that, just some cover bands. Nothing really too crazy.
Yeah. Nothing too crazy, huh? You said you were a ska punk kind of kid. What kind of ska punk is it that you listen to?
Oh boy, here we go. The test.
The test? Why? It's not a test! Why am I scary? I'm not scary!
Because not everybody gets a blue ribbon.
Probably my favorite genre is Irish punk, so I like Dropkick Murphys and Flatfoot 56.
Hey, want to hear a fun story about Flatfoot 56? We're friends with them.
Nice.
I've met Tobin and his brother and Kevin, who was their lead singer, and then when I met them at the Blue Island Beer Can Fest, I walked up to his brother Kyle and was like, "Hey, are you Tobin?" And he's like, "Nope. These guys are fucking really tall. Like, they're 6'10". Not a joke. So I'm like, "Hi, I'm Jess the Ska Kid." They're like, yeah. So they did a little interview with me. And then Tobin, who's made another band called 6'10", and they came and played our basement back on 39th.
He almost didn't fit in the
He
basement.
didn't fit. He stood like this, and he played. And that's how he played. Like, he had to duck to get into our basement, and it was a lot of fun. So those guys are friends of ours. And check out their other band, 6'10". So, yes. And your influences? I don't
My
know if your pants
influences.
are tight enough for
They're
this.
not. I told you I got a little older. You know. Influences for me as far as guitar would definitely be Anthony Ranieri of Bayside. I just love the way he plays. And then vocals would probably be Spill Canvas. It's like an emo-ish band. But I listen to everything. So, I mean, I'll take a fucking Mariah Carey song, change the chord up to a 5th or a 7th, and be like, hey, I made my own fucking song. So,
Fuck you,
That's the
pop
power.
culture.
that's the power of music right there.
So why this is what kind of genre? Because I would say you're emo.
Okay.
But what genre would you define yourself as, and why this type of music? Because when I met you, you were hardcore Nick, and you were all about the pit and circle kicks and fucking ridiculous. He was Nick would. He'd enter the fucking room and do this thing, and I'm like, oh my god, Nick.
Elaborate.
No, I'm not doing it.
Me neither. So,
There's not enough room.
I mean, a little part of me always wants to get back into hardcore music or metal music and all that stuff, but like I said, it's really hard to find fully invested people. And when it comes to music like that, you either have a tight-knit group that you know, or it just falls apart. I've always liked emo music. I've always liked playing acoustic guitar. I thought it'd be cool to add drums to an acoustic guitar and just make a full band out of that. As far as the genre, I'd probably say emo is a good reference, but just like singer-songwriter with drums, indie rock.
Do you like being the second there with drums? You're the asterisk or the W slash? How's that feel, Rick?
I'm used to it. So.
That's why I get shit every time I practice.
How often do you guys practice?
Once a week for 3 hours.
Wow. So how long did it take you to record?
1 day.
Yeah? Like one full day?
Essentially from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m., 5 p.m.
Wow.
Not
One
bad.
full fucking work day. Good
Not
job.
bad.
Yeah, and that's just a rough one. So, I mean, if we had someone that actually knew about sound quality, it might even be quicker.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that is pretty quick, I guess. Like, how soon
Fucking
after
Wrecking Crew style.
first playing together did you realize that this was such a good fit? Because you guys do fit almost as if you've always played together.
so I actually tell Rick that after every practice now. It was kind of funny. That was a conversation we
You
had.
validate him.
Yep,
Aw.
I do. Yep, he's my sunshine. So,
Is it because he's a ginger? He
yeah,
glows
a little
back
bit.
there?
Yep.
I'm sorry, I'm a horrible person.
So what actually happened was we played a couple times. So we played probably for about every Tuesday for about 2 months, and then I'd say about 3 months. Every Tuesday for 3 hours for about 3 months. Excuse me.
That's
And
That's cute.
that was a beer burp. And it was
nice
working.
bush.
And it was working, but it like me and him always felt like there was just like something missing. It just was missing. And then we took a pause because we both haven't. We're both married, both have families. So we took a pause pretty much from Thanksgiving until after the first of the year. So then after that happened, we got back together, and for some reason, like, all the songs we had, they just started, like, clicking really well. Everything just started flowing, just like, pretty much like butter.
It was like
My
butter.
legs are like a butter. Yeah. So, yeah, we just kept going with it, and then now, every time we play practice, it just gets tighter and tighter as a group.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you guys saw me play live, I know exactly when to move my guitar because I know when he's going to pause his drums. I don't even look at him.
So how do you balance music with family? How well does that work? Because we also have family, so we understand like how the calendar works, but how does that work? And you know, obviously, I know that your significant others are invested in what you're doing. They watched, they commented, they shared. So how does that work? We do things in the basement, and sometimes laundry has to happen. So if you're listening and you're like, what the fuck is the river? The river flows, my friend,
Yes.
from the laundry. Go on with your question, or answer to said question.
I think it works out right. I mean, my wife really appreciates me doing this. She supports me a lot, so I haven't really had any.
Mike has spilled every fucking beer. The beer guy tonight is not on point. We love you, Mike.
Don't get me started.
Haven't really had any issues. I have a really great wife, so.
And then as far as me, I have a wife and 2 kids. And I also work 60 plus hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
So I start with work. I tell them, hey, Tuesdays, I got to cut out a little early. That's my thing. I'm off weekends, so weekends are probably where we're going to play our shows mostly.
Mm-hmm.
And then my wife is super supportive. She's been playing clarinet her whole
Yeah,
And we're live.
Okay, we're live again.
Yay, and we're live. So, we were just talking about how we can't even, literally can't even. If you missed it, because our technology, for some reason, we're in the basement. And
If
like,
you missed the joke, I can't hear it.
you can't, are you deaf? Oh my god! That worked so good.
Oh,
Don't spill your beer.
I'm not, I moved it away from me.
No, him.
Oh
me.
god, it was so great.
We're not talking about me.
We're all laughing really hard because we're horrible people who make bad jokes about things. But anyway, we're talking about how these guys are going to go play a redneck bar for and emo music for them.
So it's actually
the
not.
joke so
It's
much
actually
better,
not
too.
that redneck.
I've never heard of, how do you pronounce Wisconsin?
Hustisburg?
Hustisford.
what?
Hustisford? It's German as
That's
fuck.
German stuff. That sounds like.
Well, you know, I don't know.
Wow.
So the guy who works with me, he's had bands there before and it's turned out really well.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, hey, I heard you're in a band. So I gave him a copy of the music.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, holy shit, this is good.
Good.
I was like, all right. He's like, the whole bar wants you to play there. So they're making flyers and...
They're
doing
going to
all-
do that? You know that you can also ask us for help anytime, right? Because that's what we do. It's a service. We do that.
Oh.
We do that. We make buttons and t-shirts and patches and flyer art, and we do promotions and all sorts of stuff. Hi, welcome to Jess the Ska Kid / like a drummer, Ska Chord Productions. Also beer koozies. That's a thing.
Nice.
Okay? Because if we're all just going to slut ourselves out on this show, you know, normally it's me
That's for
burping.
money. That's a whore.
No.
Huh?
It's for money.
What? I said normally it's me burping. Tonight it's him. So, how Nick and I know each other is a fun story. I met Nick because I used to do the Parkside radio station, and Nick used to come in with our friend Ken, all fucking hardcore and like spin kicky and stuff, and I was like, fucking gay!
how
I
it
know,
opened
right?
doors.
That's offensive as fuck. Anyways, it's okay. I was also in Rainbow Alliance. So, so he would come in and I would just be like, your pants are too tight and this music is horrible, and Nick would be like with Emo Ken, and Emo Ken would be like, I love Paramore! And I was like, ugh! So anyways, we all became friends and partied together, and now, later on in life, he happened to marry somebody who sat next to me forever during our band career. So, Yay, welcome to the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know Rick at all. With someone I don't know. So you're from Chicago. Where are you from?
I grew up in Antioch, so not too far.
No? Are you still in Illinois? Or are you,
I live in Kenosha now.
okay. And you both work together.
You bought a house at 32? No.
No. So do you also have to then travel for work?
No, I work in Kenosha.
Okay.
I'm trying to move up my career,
Okay.
so become a manager. So
So you have to travel? Right.
not really that. Like I chose to do it.
Okay. How, does that take you away from home a lot more than you'd like? And will it balance out? Will your upward mobility sacrifice your family?
Well,
It's a good question to ask.
as far as family life, my family has actually gotten better because of this thing that I'm doing.
Good.
I used to come home working on cars, tired as fuck, not having any physical energy, and I would just not be able to do. Now
I can boss people around
Now
to
I'm
work on
doing-
cars and come home and fuck my wife. Got it.
Wow.
We got it. Well, you asked about the line. Is that too much? You know who I am.
I mean, you know.
That was a
Well,
good
now
one.
I have more physical energy so I can actually play with my kids and
Work on more cars.
work on other cars, I guess. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, when you're not playing your own music, what are you listening to?
Bayside.
That's it?
Unearth. Between the Buried and Me.
Do your kids
Skillet.
like your music?
No, fuck Skillet.
The 13-year-old upstairs, as well as the other little boys in this house, the 7 and 5, fucking love that band.
Yeah, I
Do you know why? Because
It's not
they
fucking Godzilla
they've
shit.
made it into like Godzilla shit.
Oh, Godzilla.
So like, I don't know. They synced Godzilla videos with their videos, and it's like,
It's horrible.
oh, you
Horrible
became
fucking
this.
shit.
Speaking of Godzilla, the new Godzilla movie, Shin Godzilla,
Yeah, how's that?
is downright incredible.
Yeah.
He shoots fucking laser beams and destroys cities.
What?
It's legit.
Yeah? Oh, wow.
What are
Like,
you
I had to
listening
add
to?
this.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mostly Flat Foot 56, and the like. Also,
What about Flogging Molly? You failed to mention that band. And when I think of Irish punk, that's what I listen to.
okay.
How about Whiskey of the
I
Damned?
like Flogging Molly, but they're probably my least favorite Irish punk band that I like.
Why?
I like them. I just
Well, yeah, but you rated them number 3, which means that if an emergency happened, they'd be called last. Why?
they're not number 3. There's a lot of bands in there.
Okay. You. All right. That was my crusty laugh. Sorry. Anyways, but why so low on the list?
I don't know. I like the music. I think I get annoyed with the extra vowels at the end of every like verse that he sings. He has a lot of vowels, and I don't like that.
Ah. Okay. Don't add extra vowels to things.
Wrong at that.
Would you be willing to play shows in town? Have you started to seek that out besides public and open mics?
I have not. I would love to.
Who would you want to play with?
Whoever.
Are you still involved within and know the music scene in Kenosha?
I don't know the music scene.
Patrick and them would get along.
Yeah.
And he does.
July 19th, we have somebody coming from Texas that would probably fit very well with
Yeah.
you. And they're going to play the Port on July 20th if you'd like a show.
Yes, can we do it?
Yes.
All right.
Yay!
Put it on my Facebook.
It's on Facebook. I just need to add you to the
And
event
then
page.
bromance?
Huh?
Question mark?
Question mark.
Huh?
What?
Bromance.
Well, now we need a show, and you gotta help me with. That's July.
Yes.
Now I need April, May, and June.
That's easy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's make it 2 in April, 2 in May, and 2 in June.
Okay. Do you really doubt my ability?
I do.
Why?
Let's do it. I want to challenge this shit.
It's really easy. She'll have it done tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, you should be careful what you ask for.
Hey,
This shit's legit.
this is what we're trying to do. So
It's almost
So-
too legit.
Where would
Quit?
to quit? Where would you want to play?
anywhere,
What's anywhere?
anywhere.
Oh.
I don't care.
Do you go out and watch music in KenoSka otherwise? Like,
I try to, but the
That's
family
a no.
life, as far as like outside of practice and playing shows, that's I like to be with my kids and my
Right.
wife. So
there's a lot of stuff you can do that's all ages.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Like a lot of downtown stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, I frequent downtown because we have kids, and then we bring them to a lot of music festivals. Downtown in the summer is wonderful because there's lots of stuff going on there all of the time for families.
We are downtown all the time.
Yes.
In the-
So band shell. You know, Jeff Torrey, who we mentioned earlier, does the band shell. So that's someone to connect with. Get on the Facebooks. Do that thing. I heard about you from Jess the Ska Kid. Fuck that bitch. Okay, what do you need? Just kidding. It happens, though. Moving on, my friends? So you have one show. You've got two shows now. Booked.
Yep.
And they can find you on Facebook, The Astronomer. They can find you on SoundCloud.
Yep.
Again, linked.
Instagram,
You're on Instagram as what?
the Astronomer Music. The underscore Astronomer underscore music.
Why the underscores?
Because the Astronomer is taken. The Astronomer Music is taken.
How'd you come up with the name The Astronomer?
So I had a list of 30 fucking names, and I literally walked around my work and said, "Hey, you, which one do you like the most?"
You voted at work?
I
That's
voted.
cool. Did you
That's
get
it.
any say
Yeah.
besides
Yeah.
a vote, Mr. With/drummer?
I got half a vote, right?
You got half a vote! I got a slash.
So that's how it happened.
So would you say that you are the predominant driving force and Rick is just drug along to like play drums with you?
Yes and no.
He's
So,
the
okay.
flogging Molly
So
of your
let's
band?
let's be real with
He's not even number
let's
two.
be real with bands, okay? Be
It's
real with
cold.
bands. There's always one person in a band that is that like band Nazi. They're that driving force that gets that band to do things, to go somewhere, to set up shows, to play practice, to do all that. He's just so fucking easygoing. I'm just like, hey, practice here. Okay.
That's because he's a witty fuck
I
because he
know.
does nothing but give you shit the entire
I
time
know.
you're playing.
I love it.
It's
I love
good.
it.
It's a good balance, I have to say.
You know what that means?
Beer me, beer guy.
That's what that means.
Oh, and now it's gonna go. whoosh. We all drink
Napoleon says,
PBR,
are we doing laundry?
huh?
Napoleon asks, are we doing
Hi, Napoleon. Actually, we are not. Our neighbor is doing laundry, so hey, that's always
Or Brandy
fun.
Ben Hellbound.
Brandy, no, we're washing the brandy bent out of the hellbound. That's what happened. That leads me to my next question because you said there's always one person in the band that's the driving force. So who writes a majority of your music? Do you work collaboratively or do you come in and say, hey, I wrote a song, listen to it, and then Rick's like, okay, and plays the drums?
So, funny thing, so I was doing my own acoustic thing for a long time.
Were
for
you
like a year.
doing laundry too?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was playing acoustic shows and doing open mics by myself, and I had about 4 or 5 songs. And that's how this band started, was those were the 4 or 5 songs we had. And we added drums. I would change little things here and there so we could add fills and time stops and all that stuff to make him shine more.
Like a star?
Yes.
I like the whole fucking moon, star, all of it, rocket ships.
So I had this weird, so after the Astronomer was, the name was picked, I had this weird thing about like astronomy. I love everything about astronomy. Stars, rockets, sun, like the moon, how far fucking space really goes. Like I want to know it all. Like, so it's just cool that I get to do that.
Are you going to have more of a theme going forward? Do you have other things written that we haven't yet heard?
We have all the stuff you've heard is the stuff we have. So that's about 8 songs, and then we have 1 or 2 I'm working on right now. Yep. As far as your previous question on who writes most of the music and everything like that, I have to say me, just because it's a lot easier to write a song with guitar because that's your beginning part of a song. Like, hey, this is where the melody starts, you know, and then I get his input so we can be like, all right, time stop here, you know, pause here, tempo change here.
Yes.
And that's how it works.
You're very well rehearsed. I really enjoyed listening to everything that you played. I'm a snarky bitch and was like, emo, bring your Diet Coke and razor blades. But you know what? It wasn't. It wasn't your traditional emo music. It was very love-centric. You had a lot of music that you could tell was very much geared towards your family. So, inspiration-wise, how do you come up with the songs that you write?
So, I have a song called Look at the Stars. It's written for my girls. It's all about, you know, your dad is always there for you, but he's not always going to be there. Eventually, I am going to die. That's what humans do. They live and they die. So this song is more like, hey, you got to start growing up and becoming a woman.
That's a hard concept at 4, man.
It is, but you know.
Dad's gonna die someday, honey. Hope you can pour your own Cheerios.
But if that song ever goes somewhere, or even if it doesn't, and she has it on her computer and they turn 15 or 16, now they're going to see what that correlates to. And maybe that will help them, shape them into being stronger women. You know? Because, you know, women right now get a lot of shit from men. If your man writes a song about women, about how they need to grow up and be strong on themselves, like I just did, that's cool. You know, it's different. It's unique. That's on Speakers Underground, which is funny because we played underground with
I know,
speakers.
it's super great. It's literally underground.
That song was about me. Basically, you know, hearing people, whether it be family, friends, or so-called friends, or people who don't like your music saying, you know, just give it up, this and that. Like, it's basically like I'm going to do what I want. It's going to happen one day, especially if I really want it. So why the fuck not try? You know, so there's that.
Will you have music, like your CD, available at your CD release?
Yes.
Okay. Like actual physical hard copies of it, and not just like the little codes that say go buy this here?
I'm hoping we'll have hard copies.
Okay.
I want to look into getting like, not like CD trays, but like the little cardboard inserts. I think that's cooler.
Agreed.
And then I also am talking to a service right now that I pay, and they will display my music on iTunes for me so I can sell it, on Google Play, on Spotify, Pandora, all that stuff.
How'd you come up with your image? Do any of you do art, or did you find that somewhere? And
So
use
the image, originally I wanted an A, and so the A has a line going up, line going down, and across. That's an A.
Sesame Street was brought to you today by the letter.
So originally I wanted going up,
it? If you
going
know
down.
the English alphabet,
You've ever seen
the
it?
more you know. Oh, wow, Nick.
So when the part where you're going down, I wanted to originally go in a circle
Okay.
around it and have a rocket ship right there. So my wife, being a graphic designer and an amazing one at that, I gave her this project, and it looked okay, but it just didn't really work. So she said, "Fuck that! I'm gonna do my own thing." So she came up with a logo, which is like a solid A, and then there's a rocket ship breaking through the A.
I need to know how many lines again are in this letter.
There's one going up and one going down, and then the one that crosses the middle makes the A. Otherwise, you just have an upside down V.
This is true. That's when she's been over this way. So anyway,
Or an N with an ADD, right?
it didn't complete. The end didn't complete. So Lisa did your artwork.
Yep.
Is that going to be like on your little inserts?
I'm hoping, and it's also going to be a T-shirt. I'm actually working with a KenoSka bound company called the Letter Machine right now, which
Right
is
here
literally
on
right
50th.
around here. I'm talking with them and seeing the best way to go about starting pre-orders, getting a website through them set up, so I can have a link and the people can just go to the link and buy a shirt.
Cool.
I think it's,
You
you
can
know,
do that on Cafe Press for free. The more you know.
they do that for free too.
Cool.
Yeah,
Do you get all the
Really?
money from it though?
I get whatever isn't minus the cost of what it costs
The
to make
cost
the
to
shirt.
make the shirt.
Right.
Cool. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways, and I feel like they're, you know, everybody that we talk to uses different everything to do all of their stuff. And there's not one consolidated way to do it. So it's always, you know, the more you know and going out there and researching what the best
Anybody
is
down
for...
at the shop you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, you want to give shout outs to anybody today?
I mean, for your t-shirt business.
Check out the lettering machine.
Yeah, try
where
the
you
lettering
can
machine.
like buy shit because that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Hey.
Make your own T-shirt or buy mine.
Yay! Are you gonna have T-shirts and other merch available at your show?
The plan is to have the CD and T-shirts at the show. That's the plan. How long it takes for everything to get made and all that shit. That
You have how long?
A month.
Right. March 31st, you can catch these guys in a German-sounding Wisconsin town just north of Milwaukee called
Sinisippi.
Sinisippi. That's, yeah,
A lot of syllables.
a lot of syllables. So that's their other show. You can catch them also now July 20th with Patrick Hamilton, with Gideon, right?
Gideon Crow.
Gideon Crow. Music Co. There you go. That's a whole damn thing.
You're welcome.
They're from Texas.
Nice.
I'm also going to ask Old Wolves
Yes.
to do that, so that should be a really fucking solid show. I'm really excited
Yeah,
about
that
this.
will be fun.
I'm super happy about it. So again, The Astronomer, catch them on SoundCloud, catch them on Facebook, check them out on Instagram, any other social media forums you participate in.
That is it.
And-
This one.
And this one, you can
And
catch
this
them on
one,
Jess the
yes.
Ska Kid. You have any last words for our viewers, my friend, because we've reached the end of our show.
I do not.
Rick's like, I want to go home. No?
Listen to our music and follow us.
Listen, like, follow,
Buy my
pay
book.
attention. Yay! And catch them March, right? 31st? And then July 20th. Hey, it's been Jess the Ska Kid.